Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the COVID-21 podcast. Today, we have the pleasure of having a very special young lady who is very talented in the areas of publishing, writing, and music. One of my personal favorites, my cousin, Tucc Villafana. Carl, are you there?
I'm here. Thank you for that beautiful introduction. That was too kind of you.
You already know. So how you doing today?
I'm blessed. I got no complaints. Oh. Every day above ground is a good day.
Yeah, definitely. So what we do is we talk about what's going on in the world and about this COVID-19 and this COVID-21 and how it mutated and stuff like that. What you think about that?
The COVID-19 was devastation. It destroyed so many families and so many people over so many nations. It's just like almost mind-blowing. And nobody saw it coming. The world wasn't ready for that. So that in itself was like, that's history, man. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, I'm glad I got to be a part of living through that history so I can tell my grandkids about this, because this is what they're going to be reading about in the history books in a couple of years from now. And as far as, so the COVID-19 was utter devastation, but I feel like a lot of good things came out of that too.
Right.
In COVID-19, a lot of families had the opportunity to become closer to each other because all the quarantining. Now you ain't got no choice to spend time with your family. Before that, it was like everybody's too busy to spend time. Nobody was even eating dinner together anymore. You remember in the 70s and the 80s when the family sat down at the table to eat dinner?
Yeah.
Yeah, like before COVID-19, that was like totally out the window, almost non-existent. Because everybody busy working. Everybody work nowadays. You know, the kids, the mom, the dad, everybody work.
Yeah.
So once we had that quarantine, it was like now we had the time to come back to each other and get reacquainted with each other and get to know each other again. And that's a beautiful blessing.
Right.
And a lot of people, not only did you get to rediscover your family, a lot of people discovered and rediscovered themselves. Because I know a lot of people over the year 2020, they started a lot of home businesses because of the unemployment rate being so skyrocketed that they had no choice because everything was shutting down, you know.
Yeah.
So they had no choice but to fend for themselves. And I want to give kudos to all the entrepreneurs that started their business and came out triumphant in 2020.
Right.
So big kudos to you guys.
Definitely.
And do you think it's funny? Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Do you think it's funny that the COVID-19, right, came out in the year 2020?
I see where you're going with this. Go ahead.
The COVID-19 came out in the year 2020. And before the COVID-21 came out, actually October, and I believe we watched this together, cuz.
Yes, we did. Yep, I know where you're going with this.
October of last year, there was a video being sent around by somebody from Canada. And the video was basically saying that the whole world has basically got on this one agenda that every nation has agreed to push. And they told us October of 2020 that in January of 2021, there would be a COVID virus release called COVID-21. They told us this October of 2020 that COVID-21 was going to be released in January of 2021.
Right.
A new strain.
Yep.
It was January 3rd.
Yep.
I remember hearing on the news about the new mutated strain.
And
so,
because
you know what time it is.
Yeah, because of you. That's why I started this podcast. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit's crazy. Because when you was like, yo, cuz, I want you to hear something real quick. And she was like, this shit is crazy. I was like, what is it? And it was so freaking captivating, man. I was like, yo, I sat down, put two and two together. I'm like, people gotta know about this shit. And then for us to lose a family member and for him to die that fast.
Yeah, rest in peace, Evan. Rest in peace. Love you, Evan. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't 2 weeks into January. And he passed from the new mutated strain. Mm-hmm. Now, if this is a new mutated strain y'all just finding about, how come we heard about it last year in October?
Right.
And if it was COVID-19, how come 2019 nobody had COVID?
Right.
But 2020, March of 2020 is popping out. It's not even January, the beginning of 2020. It's March of 2020. COVID just started popping off. That's the third month into the year. But you calling it COVID-19. Mm-hmm. But it started jumping off 3 months into the year 2020. Which means it was probably developed.
Right.
In 2019.
Yeah. It's crazy because it's like I just take precautions, man, because it's like life is beautiful, but to lose your life to some man-made shit by the government, it ain't cool. And it's like people are not following the guidelines. Everywhere that I go, nobody follows the guidelines. And I was actually outside of my building a couple days ago, and a guy pulled up. And he tried to get out the car. I'm like, nah, bro. I said, you can't come in here. Why can't? I was like, because you don't got on no mask. This is an elderly living place. There's old people here, bro. You can't be running in and out of here. You know what I'm saying? You all freely. You doing the Harlem Shake when you get out your car. Dude, use your brain, brother. Wear your mask, because this is crazy out here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I want to say on that note that the public, come on, y'all. Y'all got to really start caring for each other more. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Even if you don't feel like, even if you feel like you don't believe in COVID-19, like it's all just a conspiracy, wear it because you have respect for your fellow man and what they might believe.
Right.
You understand? I done see fights break out because people coming up into public places, they don't have no mask on, they're not social distancing. You being disrespectful, man. Because this thing is really out here killing people.
Exactly.
And people are taking this thing seriously, and you really playing with somebody else's life. You're really being disrespectful.
Exactly.
So even if you don't want to wear a mask, or you don't feel like the mask is really necessary, or even if you don't really believe that COVID-19 or COVID-21, the new strain, really exists, do it out of respect and common decency for your fellow man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got to start having a little bit more common decency and thinking and having more consideration for your fellow man. Because it's not all about you. Yeah, it's your life. Yeah, it's your life. Mm-hmm. But guess what? It's everybody else's too.
Right.
At the same time. And it's not all about you.
Mm-hmm. And that's what people don't understand, because it's like we have family members that, know what I'm saying, like I have a person that's supposed to come on to the podcast, my cousin's wife, and the reason why I reach out to people that, you know what I'm saying, that experience this thing, so that way people can get on their job and do what they gotta do. And one lady, like I said before in the last podcast, she reached out to me because she was like, this is a good outlet and people are telling their stories and letting people know, because people are not getting it, and it's really sad. And it's really sad.
It's just like, this is America. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you that, like, this is America. This is the land of the free, the home of the brave, the land of opportunity. Every country looks to this country and just looks at it as a golden opportunity. But the people that are actually born and bred here is like blind and they like blind and deaf to the like really reality of such an amazing situation you're in living in America. America is just like so instant gratification that everybody is just become selfish and only thinking about themselves.
Gotcha.
You understand? And nobody take anything seriously anymore.
Right.
I mean, like, look at our government. Our government has disappointed us more times than we can count.
Yeah.
So it's like you got the government they disappoint. Then you got the conspiracy theorists. Then you got the news outlets spreading fear. Conspiracy theorists spreading hysteria. Mm-hmm. So it's just like some people are just throwing their hands up like, to hell with this craziness.
Exactly.
Because I don't know what's going on, but I know I'm not going to pay no mind. Mm-hmm. Like that Mardi Gras. They did Mardi Gras last year. And thousands and thousands and thousands of people died. Because they told them, don't go in the streets. Don't do Mardi Gras. Mm-hmm. And they didn't listen. And thousands and thousands and thousands of people died. You'd rather be safe than sorry. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You'd rather be safe than sorry. And when you don't know all the facts, you can't afford to just be lolly-dolly, taking things lightly when you don't know all the facts. And no, we don't know all the facts. Mm-hmm. And we might never will.
And we just know what they tell us, you know what I mean? But my thing is, what you think about our president, Joe Biden?
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you, my friends make fun of me because they say I'm a conspiracy theorist. Mm-hmm. But my whole thing is the same people that call me a conspiracy theorist are quick to encourage others with the words, anything is possible. Mm-hmm. If anything is possible, why are you calling me a conspiracy theorist?
Exactly.
You feel me? Mm-hmm. So I believe that. You never know what's going down. I don't know the agenda that's ultimately being pushed here because I'm not on the ends, you dig? I'm not part of that. I'm not part of that group, you know? Mm-hmm. But I know when there's been a lot of talk about this Biden, and honestly, I feel bad for the boy. I ain't gonna hold you. Mm-hmm. I feel bad for him because he's like between a rock and a hard place.
Exactly.
He's just like, it was already a mess when Bush left office. Mm-hmm. Obama like swept around the mess, and then Trump just magnified it and made it 10 times worse. So you got a hell of a situation on your hands here, Biden.
Yeah, you got some big shoes to fill. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I wouldn't say big shoes to fill. Mm-hmm. I would say he got a lot. His work is cut out for him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because that's not gonna be easy to turn that all around.
Right.
But and some people are saying that Joe Biden ain't gonna make it.
No, he's not. He's not. But I believe that he can fix a little bit. But the thing is, I think he can make a change. But by having Kamala with him, you know what I'm saying? I think he'll probably hand down the torch to her. You know what I mean? Like that. Because I think he probably got like a few good people in his pocket that he can line up. He can set his chessboard up and line them up. So you know what I'm saying? That's why he has her and have her stand right by him and following him and teaching her everything that he knows. And so she can see how he's running things. Because I honestly think, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't mind a woman in power. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind a woman in power because, you know what I'm saying, this place, it's a woman's world right now. So I wouldn't mind a woman in power, especially a woman of color. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if that's the case, you better get ready for it because I done seen so many videos where they say, they have these little videos that they sending around now where they say, Alexa, you know Alexa from Amazon?
Yeah.
They say, Alexa, who's the president of the United States? And Alexa says, Kamala Harris. She don't say nothing about Joe Biden.
Right.
He's not even mentioned.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh my God, that's crazy.
He's the one that won the election. Why Alexa don't know that and she know everything else?
Right.
Because that's why I said it's rumors that Joe Biden might not make it. Mm-hmm. You understand?
Yeah. That's crazy.
So my heart goes out to that brother.
Mm-hmm.
And I just pray for his safekeeping, keep him safe from all hurt, harm, and danger. And I just pray that he has eyes to see and ears to hear and understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Because wisdom without understanding is nothing.
Right.
I can tell you, the patient man will always be richer than the man who rushes. That's wisdom.
Exactly.
But if you don't understand what I'm saying, that wisdom is useless.
Exactly. Well, thank you for coming on the show. It was very great having you. And people out there, stay safe, stay home. It saves life. And God bless America.
I just want to say one more thing before we go, because thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Mm-hmm. You know I'm getting into my motivational speaking. Mm-hmm. So that's definitely a gear I'm switching into. And you know I love the people.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
You know I love the people. You know I love to encourage them and uplift them.
Exactly.
So I want to say thank you for having me. Mm-hmm. And thank you for just allowing me to be heard through your avenue.
Definitely. And you be safe out there.
All right. You be safe too.